Morning! I am sorting out my kitchen cupboards today. I sorted out the freezer a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description box below. And I thought that my cupboards really needed a good sort out. And when I said that on the video last time, every time I open the cupboards, I'm like, cupboards need a good sort out. The cupboards need a good sort out. Anyway, today my son is with his dad. So I thought, great opportunity to empty the cupboard without him saying, can I have a snack? Can I have this? I can just get it done and get it tidy so it's easier for us to do. Now, I've already emptied the cupboards. I've got a little bit there, I've got loads there, and I've got loads in front of me. This is a really good chance for me as well to see what I actually have in the cupboards to make meals with. And I've been writing things down already of what I have or what I need to get. So every time I have a tin of chickpeas, I'll just cross it off until I've only got one tin left. Then I can buy another tin. Someone did comment on it. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting names of who commented. But someone did comment on my last video and told me to do that with the freezer, and I thought I'm going to do that with the cupboard as well. So I've already written my list as I've been emptying the cupboards. I've also cleaned the cupboards, found a giant spider which scared the crap out of me. So let's get started. But before that, my name is Rachel. I'm a solo mum to one, and on this channel is a bit of everything. Anything I kind of want to talk about, I will talk about. Someone did comment and said that I like to talk a lot, and yes, I do. I do enjoy to talk. But it's good to talk, isn't it? Remember that advert? Oh God, who is at the age where they remember that advert? Was it Bob Hoskins that used to say on the BT advert, it's good to talk? Ah, please let me know if I'm right, where it's Bob Hopkins or Hoskins. Oh God, I can't remember his name now. I think he's dead though. This is my life, the ramble of Rachel. Let's get started. Let me show you what I've got in my kitchen cupboards and we'll get started. And this spot won't go. It's gone, it's just scabbed over, but it's so bright and dark, it's just like, it's just there. I've got 4 cupboards, 2 top, 2 bottom. The bottom cupboards are usually the ones that I use more out of, but the top ones is where I put all my baking stuff, all my herbs and spices. So I'm going to start off with the bottom cupboard, and I always have like a little basket, and this holds all my rice cakes in. I've got 2 more multi-grain packs of rice cakes, and I'm going shopping tomorrow, so I don't need to buy any of those. I'm still going to need to buy the salt and vinegar, sweet chilli and corn ones, but I don't need to buy multi-grain, so that will save me a little bit of money. But they all fit in that one basket, because I don't know about you, but when you've gone shopping and the kids are going on at you, you just stuff it in, don't you? Well, I like to get it all out and give it a nice tidy, and I'm going to start doing that once a month. So I've got my basket full of all my rice cakes and my rice crackers that I like as well, so that goes in the top. My son and I have kind of worked out that one cupboard's mine and one cupboard's his, so in the other cupboard I put like all his snacks and stuff that he likes, and then in this cupboard is like rice cakes, all the tin food and the stuff that mums need to do. So also in this cupboard goes all the tin food, like I just said, and I realised I've got a lentil soup here. It runs out in October. So I'm going to put that near the front, because I don't even know if I want to have it, but I thought if I put it near the front, if I don't have it in the next month or so, I'll put it on the Olio app. Let me know if you use the Olio app as well to get free food and stuff. I always use it if I need to. I've got lots of beans. I've got cannellini beans and mixed beans. I've got black beans, 2 tins of chickpeas. So I've got 4 tins of beans and lentils there. I still buy them every week. I don't have any green lentils, so I'll probably pick some green lentils up this week. Also, I've got 2 tins of chopped tomatoes as well. I forgot I actually had these, so I'm going to be using those up. Maybe I'll make a chicken pasta bake or something and use those up with that. And I've also got a chunky vegetable soup, which again, I don't think I'm going to have, but my mum likes this, so I might give it my mum, but she doesn't like the lentil one, so I might give this to my mum if I don't have that. Also got a tin of baked beans and sausages for my son. I always like to have a tin in the cupboard, and I bought these peach slices on the yellow sticker, and they don't run out until March 2026, but it's a dented tin, that's why it was a yellow sticker. And I forgot I had that, but my son might like that, so I might give him some of that. I don't really like him having tinned fruit. I think I bought it for my mum, but she didn't want it, so I thought I'd just tuck it in the cupboard. So if I don't use that in the next couple of months or whatever, then I will put that on the Olio app as well. But I like to put it near the front just in case I do like to try them. I do have I do have 4 tins of tuna, which I'm actually going to have one for dinner tonight because I didn't realise I had 4 tins of tuna. So I've got 4 tins of tuna here as well. So that is really good to have with some vegetables or a tuna salad or something for lunch. So I didn't realise I had 4 tins of those. So I'll make sure that I have those. Also in this cupboard I have a jar of gherkins, which I forgot I had. I love gherkins, so these are going to be open today for a salad. I've got chocolate spread for my son because he sometimes has a chocolate spread wrap, or I put chocolate spread on pancakes for him in the mornings. And where my mum works, if they try some new foods, they usually give my mum some stuff to try for my son. So she gave me this Jim Jam's chocolate spread. My son hates it. Really doesn't like it. I've not tried it. I will give it a go. If I don't like it, I might give it to our neighbours because I'm sure that her kids would like this stuff, but we will see. I also got peanut butter for my son. My son loves this peanut butter. I like all natural peanut butter and there's nothing else in it but 100% peanuts, but my son hates that. But still, he likes this and it's not the best, but at least it's a healthy fat that he is getting in. And also I got some strawberry jam that I haven't opened yet. I think I bought this for a cake that I was going to make and then I never made the cake. So, and this doesn't run out until November 2025. So I've got plenty of time to have that. But I do want to start making my own jam. I did see a recipe for a raspberry chia jam with chia seeds and frozen raspberries. So I'm very tempted to buy an extra packet of raspberries, frozen raspberries this week and make my own chia seed jam. I don't know. Anyone ever made that before? Let me know if you have. Also got coconut oil. I use this to make popcorn with. I got vinegar as well because I don't know about you, but vinegar and tuna. Vinegar and tuna. Let me know if I'm the only one who likes vinegar and tuna. It's lovely. Vinegar, tuna and cucumber. Oh, I think that's my lunch today. Yeah, I think that's lunch. I also picked up some honey because I have honey tea sometimes. And then I've got a tomato and barbecue sauce because my son likes to have that if he has chicken nuggets, or sometimes if he just has sausages, he likes to dip it in barbecue or tomato. But he changes his mind on every meal. You never know what he's going to have. So I got both. And then I also found in the back of the cupboard, it doesn't run out until November of 2025, is some creamed coconut. It was on a yellow sticker, but I haven't made them for a very long time, but I used to make my own penguin bars. Do you remember penguin bars? And it was 2 Biscoff biscuits, and then I melted this down because obviously it's really solid and hard. I spread it in between the biscuits and then I dipped the biscuits into chocolate. Delicious. If you'd like me to do that, then do let me know. Do comment down below that if you'd like me to show you how I do it. So all that goes in one cupboard. So let me put all that away now. Moving on to the next cupboard, which is right next to it, is stuff for my son more than anything. So I have this little basket here, and even though it's got some Oreos in, it's usually like the dino tails, the yo-yos, and some fruit smileys. These are things that he has in his lunchbox. Or for a school snack. So he always has that at the top. And then in here he has like his carrot puffs and his tomato wheels and the things that he has. They're all his stuff. So I put them in 2 baskets. So when he wants anything, I can just grab the basket out and just pop it all in. So that's 2 things that he has. He doesn't really have much in there at all, really, even though it looks like there is a lot. He does have some Pringles. So he has his red, his green, and his barbecue one. And these are really good to have because they fit in my bag nicely. So if we go out for the day anywhere, I can just pop these in my bag. Once he's used them up, I will buy a big tub of the Pringles and then just fill these up rather than carry the big tub of Pringles. And to be honest, it's going to be cheaper buying the big tub. So he's got those 3. And then we do have the breakfast cereal in that drawer as well. So I have 2 jars of porridge oats. They are mine, and I also have half a jar of muesli left as well, which is mine too. And then I've also got my son's little chocolate pan things that he likes, these little chocolate croissants. He likes those as well. I think I've got half a pack there. Then I found 2 more at the back, which I forgot I had, but they don't run out until the end of June, and so he'll eat those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ones that run out of date first near the front and then put the rest behind. I also picked up these chocolate pans that run out in 2 weeks' time, and my son said he doesn't like them, but he changes his mind all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the freezer, and then I'm going to pull them out every now and again and try them. If he doesn't like them, I'll have these as a backup. That's what I'm going to do with those. So they're actually going to go in the freezer now. So I've got that as our breakfast stuff. And then, like I said before, where my mum works, she can get some like extra biscuits, or she can get some free stuff, or she buys them at a very cheap price. Anyway, she bought a ton of biscuits, which are in a box for my son here. But when I started emptying it, I realised how much was in there. So he's not having any treats for a while now. So my mum picked up these M&M cookies. Not healthy at all, but okay for a treat. So he's now got 4 of those, 4 of them. She also picked up some white chocolate cookies. So he's got 2 packets of them. She also brought home a ton of Kit Kats. So he's got loads of Kit Kats as well. Also bought a fruit shortcake biscuit, but he hates this because it's got the fruit in. So I do enjoy these. So when I have a little treat, then I will have those. I'll put them to one side. Also got 2 of these massive jammy Dodgers as well, which run out in July, so he'll have to have those pretty quickly. And she picked up some of these butterscotch crunch, which again he will hate, so that's another extra treat for me. And also the Viennese whirls. Now if my nieces come, there's usually fights because they all like these, but she's only got 1, so that's going to be interesting. And also some chocolate chip cookies as well. So it's a bit random, but it's all there. Then in the box that I found, look how many Easter eggs he's got left. 4. 4 Easter eggs. And one of them, I think it must have Smarters in or something. Didn't know he had those. 2 Pepita bars, didn't know he had them. 4 wagon wheels. A chocolate coin with an elf on. But it doesn't run out until July 24th, so we'll need to eat that in the next few weeks. And then also a £50 note chocolate, which runs out in August 2025. And it's got Santa on. Christmas chocolate. In May, he's still got Christmas chocolate. So he's not having any chocolate bought him whatsoever for the next few months because he's got plenty. So that's kind of like a little treat box for him. So I'm going to put all that away now. Okay, so in the first cupboard is usually like my baking stuff and my teas and coffees and things like that. I don't drink coffee, but I like to have it in case someone comes round. So baking stuff, I do have a bag of plain flour, which runs out in September of 24. So I do need to think about what I'm going to use that with. I don't use plain flour very often. I usually use self-raising, which I've got a bag here. So I've got plain flour, I've got self-raising flour, I've got bread flour, so I can make at least another loaf of bread with that. I've got some icing sugar because my son and I made some cakes the other day. They were actually really, really good. And then he took a bunch to his dad's because we made them on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday he went to his dad, so we took them with him. And I've got caster sugar as well. So all the baking stuff I need. Also got some ground almonds, and I found another half a bag of caster sugar, which I didn't know I had. So I bought a bag for no reason. This is why that person told me to make a list, so I remember what I've got. But anyway, I've got plenty now, so if I want to make more cakes later on in the year, I can. Also have baking powder and bicarbonate of soda as well. I found my yeast, I found some golden syrup, so I might actually make some flapjacks with my son. I think he might like that. And I got some normal sugar as well, because some things that I've cooked before have asked for normal sugar rather than caster sugar. So I bought some. But I don't know what I'm going to do the rest because I don't have sugar in my tea. So there's 3 shelves in my cupboard. So the top shelf is like all my baking stuff. And then the next shelf down is kind of like sweetie treat stuff that we have for like ice creams and stuff like that. So I've got 2 big tubs here of marshmallows. I really need to refill that one. My son loves marshmallows. I can't eat them because it messes with my digestive system so much, so I can't have them. We've got some writing icing here as well. Like I think I've made cookies before with the girls, my nieces and my son, and I bought some writing icing. There was green, but they all like green, so that one went really, really quickly. And then I've got another little box here full of stuff. So there's some more marshmallows, which I've got to refill. And there were some Easter marshmallows that were given to him, and he prefers these over the other ones. So he's using these up, and then he'll have the other ones. And then I've got my dark chocolate that I get from the shop. Obviously, I've already eaten some of that. I've got 2 jellies. I've got this jelly here from Asda because it's the cheapest, but they don't do it anymore. And I've got a Heartless jelly as well. So what I have done in the past is a trifle, like a mini trifle. So what I do is I put some strawberries or raspberries at the bottom of a glass. I then make up a jelly and I put some jelly on the top about halfway. Put that in the fridge to let it set, and then I make up the custard and put the custard on the top and put that in the fridge for a little while, and then we'll get some squirty cream and some sprinkles, and then it's like a little mini trifle. My son loves it, I love it, it's delicious. But I do have 2 lots of custard that I didn't know I had, and I've also got an Angel Delight that I didn't know I had. So I haven't got my son this weekend, I've got him next weekend, so I might make that for him next weekend because I think he'd like that. Also got the strawberry sauce for ice cream if he ever wants that, and I've got some rainbow sprinkles as well, that if he wants to put sprinkles on cakes or ice cream or anything else he might. Sometimes he just has a rice cake with peanut butter and sprinkles on, and another rice cake on top, so it's like a sandwich. He loves it. And then I've got vanilla essence, but I use that a lot in my own cooking, my own baking, so I don't put that on the top shelf, I put it on the middle one where I can reach better. So I'm going to put all that back in the tub, hopefully it'll fit. Also, I got some popcorn kernels, but I do need to buy more, so that's going on my shopping list for Asda tomorrow, because I make my own popcorn, I don't buy it. I can make a huge tub of popcorn with about 1/3 of a cup of these and some coconut oil in a pan on a low heat, and I can make a huge massive tub of popcorn rather than just buy those little 6-pack ones that are full of sugar and never fill you up. So I do that. And I also found this pudding rice. I don't know how to do anything with this, so please, if you know how to do anything with pudding rice, let me know in the comments below, because I don't even know where this come from, so I don't know what to do with it. So please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas of what I've got to do with this. Much appreciated. The bottom shelf, I have all the teas and coffee. So I have like cheap tea. I usually use like Asda Essential Tea. So I've got that in here. And then I've also got another big box of PG tips, because I think it was on offer, because I've had people around that they don't like my tea, they prefer PG tips. Do you have a particular tea brand that you like? Because I'm really not fussy. I don't like Tetley. I can't stand Tetley tea. But other than that, I would drink most teas. So I just buy Asda's Essential ones because it's cheaper. But people that visit me or anything else prefer PG tips. So I have to buy a big box of them to have. And like I said before, I don't drink coffee, but I do always have coffee in just in case someone turns up and wants coffee. I've got 2 tubs of little sweeteners here. This one's open. This one I haven't used yet, but I always like to have a spare. I've got my green tea because I always have a cup or 2 of green tea, and I bought these a while ago. They're biscuit tea Jaffa cakes. They're okay, they're not the best, but I don't want to waste them. So I'm using these up at the moment as well, having like 1 a day or something. So the bottom shelf is just full of my tea, and obviously if someone comes around and they want sugar and not sweetener, I do have the sugar in my baking stuff if I need to get that. So that's the 3rd cupboard done, so I'm going to put that away, and then we're going for the final cupboard. Okay, now the final cupboard. This is where like I got all my spices and my rice and my pasta and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Now the top shelf is usually where I keep all my pasta. So I have some pasta here. It's a bit of a mix. There's all different kinds of pasta in there, and I do have another bag of pasta shapes that I need to put in there. So I'm hoping that will fit. So I need to fill that up. Also, pasta-wise, I have this big, massive bag of spaghetti, and I also have them in here. So this isn't wholemeal spaghetti, and this is. So I'm still going to use this up. I'm not going to waste it. But I usually have wholemeal pasta if I have pasta, but my son will always have this one. But once he's eaten this, then he's switching to wholemeal. Also, we have tubs of macaroni here because if you've been around here long enough, you know I do my son a big macaroni and cheese. So I've got another couple of dishes that I can do with that before I have to buy any more. I know they're not all in like organised tubs or anything, but I couldn't afford the tubs, so they just go in these for now. And when I get a little bit of extra money, because obviously I've got cruise and all to pay for, then I'll buy some actual tubs. But for now, this is good enough. And finally, we have a tub of rice here because the bag split, so I need to put it in a tub. So this is my plant-based vanilla vegan ice cream from Aldi. It's absolutely delicious, but they don't do it no more because they suck. But yeah, I've got a tub of rice. He's not really into rice right now, so I'll give him a little bit now and again, but if he does have it, he has to have it with gravy. He loves it with gravy. And that is basically all my pasta and my rice. So moving on, the middle shelf, the sun has just come out, so it's got really bright in here. The middle shelf is full of like my nuts, my seeds and salts and all that kind of stuff. So I do have some sunflower seeds and some mixed nuts, which is running low. I need to get another bag of those. Chia seeds, a new bag of pumpkin seeds and half a bag of these ones, because these are actually less than half a bag. They're running low, so I picked up another packet. And I've got flax seeds as well. So all my seeds and nuts are on there. I also on that shelf have like my soy sauce and my Worcester sauce as well. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I'm English and I can't even say it. I actually have 2 lots of soy sauce too. I also have my Himalayan pink salt as well, which I've recently learned if you put that in water it helps your digestive system, so I'm going to give that a go. And I've got normal table salt, which I don't like using, and as soon as that's finished I'm not buying any more, so I'm not doing that. And we have some chicken gravy granules as well if we have a roast. My son is a bit hit and miss with gravy. He likes it on rice but not on a roast dinner. Bit of a funny kid. Hey, if he's going to eat it, I'm happy. Whichever way it goes, I'm happy. I've also got half a packet of dates here as well. I have one a day to help with my digestive system. And I have some ginger as well. I need to use this up, so I'm going to buy some lemons and oranges to make my ginger shot this week. Also got tomato puree for the pizzas that I make for my son. If you haven't seen my pizza making video, I will link that in the description box below for you. And I have a tub of sweetener as well because I make my son's donuts with this. I still need to do that video, so I will do that soon. And I also have some organic tofu that I actually knew that I bought, forgot I bought it, then I remembered, then I forgot again. So I'm going to put this near the front so I remember it, and I've got to find a recipe to do something with this. So I don't know. So any good recipes for tofu, do let me know in the comment box below. And the final thing that goes on the middle shelf is this gut health thing that I bought from Rio. I wanted to try it because I have really bad issues with my gut health. Hasn't worked. Hasn't worked for me whatsoever. It might work for you. I've heard really good things about it, but for me personally, it did not work. So it's got baobab. What the hell's baobab? Anyway, it's got that in it. Apple, barley grass, kiwi, and ginger. It's just not working. It's just not working. Nothing's changed. Well, usually I have it in water. Maybe I try it on my yogurt or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, not really working for me. But it did cost me like 25 quid, so I'm going to use it. But I'm going to put all that back and then I'll do the very last shelf. And the very last shelf is where all my herbs and spices go, apart from my hot chocolate. I have my hot chocolate on that one as well because I have a hot chocolate quite regularly, but I use cocoa powder and not actual hot chocolate, and I put a little bit of honey with it. So I usually make my hot chocolate with almond milk. I put a little bit of honey and cocoa powder and it's delicious, and it's much better than the stuff that you buy from the shop. I just, personally for me, it's healthier, it's better tasting, especially with honey or anything. It's really, really nice. So I've got some lemon juice as well, because not only do I have that in my tea, but I also have it, I also put it with some recipes or some cooking or anything like that. Apple cider vinegar, I have it every single day. And then I've got all these spices. So I've got all of these here, and then I've got all of these. And I've got these, and I've got pepper. So I've got loads of stuff, but I have no better way of storing it. So if you know a better way of storing my herbs and spices without buying a massive like herb rack, because I don't like them, they're too big, they're too bulky, they're horrible, do let me know in the comments, because I'm not quite sure what to do with them. There's turmeric, cayenne pepper, fennel seeds, cloves, pepper, chili peppers, oregano, parsley, rosemary. There is cinnamon, ginger, everything. I love herbs and spices. I think it's really, really good for you. Actually want to look more into the herbs and spices to see what will help with my gut, because I've got serious gut issues, guys. Just always bloated constantly bloated. So do let me know in the comments if you've got any remedies for bloatedness. It's so frustrating. All of that goes on my bottom shelf because I use my spices in cooking every single day. And that is basically my cupboard sort out. It's all nice and tidy. I'm happy with what I've got. I don't really feel like I need a lot of tinned food because I use fresh food or I use frozen food. Let me know in the comments if you do a cupboard sort out, if you find anything in there that you forgot that you had. Let me know if anything I can make with the tofu, with the pudding rice, how I can store my spices better, or any other tips and tricks you've got for my cupboard to make it tidier, clean, safer, or healthier, or whatever. Do let me know in the comment box below. I hope that you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If you're not new here but yet to subscribe, then please consider doing so. And if you have subscribed, commented, shared, or anything else, thank you for your continued support and encouragement. I really do appreciate it. I hope whenever you watch this, you are having a great day today, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.